name is Mrs. Warden, and I will be reading The Three Little Pigs, an Architectural Tale by Stephen Guarnaccia. This is a retelling. This may sound familiar to you. The Three Little Pigs is a very familiar fairy tale. However, Stephen has retold this story with a little twist. He thought it would be fun to change some of the materials that the three pigs used to build their homes. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs who lived in a big house in the forest. One day, the three pigs said goodbye to their mother and went off to make their way in the world. The first little pig decided to build his house of scraps. He didn't mean scraps of food, but scraps of junk like from a junkyard, old wires and cardboard and planks and wood, just things he could find. He's trying to do it on a budget. The second little pig decided to build his house of glass. He's very busy with his drawings and blueprints. But the third little pig decided to build his house of stone and concrete. I noticed all these architects before building did a very careful diagram and drawing and planning for their buildings. Now, as you expected, there was an evil wolf who lived in the woods nearby. One day, he came to the house of the first little pig and said, little pig, let me come in." But the pig answered, "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." This made the wolf so angry that he said, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." The wolf huffed and he puffed, and he blew the house of scraps away. The first little pig ran as fast as he could to the house of his brother. Do you remember what the second brother's house is made of? Soon the wolf came to the house of the second little pig. The wolf called out, little pig, let me come in." The second pig answered, "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." The wolf gnashed his teeth and said, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." And the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house of glass to smithereens. So the two little pigs ran as fast as their little legs would take them to the house of the third little pig. Finally, the wolf arrived at the house of the third little pig. The wolf growled at the door, little pig, let me come in." But the third little pig replied, "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." Now check out this house. The stone and concrete house. Looks pretty impressive. You think the wolf can blow this one down? This enraged the evil wolf, who roared, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." So he huffed, and he puffed, and he puffed, and he huffed. But he couldn't budge the house of stone and concrete. The wolf said, "Little pig, meet me tomorrow morning at 7 at Farmer Wright's, and I'll show you a fine tomato greenhouse." He's trying to be friends? I don't know if I trust this. But tomato greenhouse. But the pig awoke at 6, picked the best tomatoes in the greenhouse, and was home slicing them for lunch by the time the wolf arrived. I'll get you yet, said the wolf under his breath. That's a smart piggy. The wolf returned to the third pig's house and said, "Little pig, meet me tomorrow morning at 6 at Farmer Johnson's, and I'll show you an orchard full of tasty apples." The next morning, at 5, the pig was picking the best apples in Farmer Johnson's orchard when along came the wolf. Good, aren't they? Here, try one, said the pig. He threw an apple for the wolf to catch, and while the wolf ran off to catch it, the little pig ran home with his apples. That evening, the wolf went back to the third little pig's house. Now this is perseverance at its finest. This guy does not give up. And he said, "Little pig, I'll meet you at Frank's flea market tomorrow morning at 5. So the pig arrived at 4. He was admiring a fine rug when he saw the wolf approaching. Uh-oh, maybe the wolf is onto him. So he hid himself in the rug and rolled down the hill toward the wolf. The wolf had to run to not get rolled over. Then the pig returned home where his brothers were preparing a roaring fire in the fireplace. Tricked again, the wolf rushed to the third pig's house, saying under his breath, "Little pigs, I'll get you yet." The wolf climbed onto the roof and shouted down the chimney, "I'm coming in to get you!" But the wolf tumbled into the roaring fire and scorched his tail. Ow! The wolf ran from the house, smoke streaming after him, and was never seen in the forest again. The 3 little pigs ate a supper of tomato soup and apple pie, and they lived happily ever after. The end.